RexMD.com, we've made the easy and affordable. Visit RexMD.com right now to get started. That's REXMD.com.
It's time.
You know what time it is?
The game for Tuscaloosa's longest running sports show.
The biggest goal of our team,
especially in the first half,
we at Bama, we're trying to be the best. Always is to win a national championship.
Something cool to look back on.
We don't want to waste a failure.
You're inside the game.
John Mechie on the ground.
Appreciate your interest in the game.
On your home for Alabama sports.
Alabama wins.
Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app. Powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota. And now, here's your award-winning host, Ryan Fowler.
And a big good afternoon to you. Welcome into the game. T-Town Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports. We're always powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota, TuscaloosaToyota.com, 3325 Skyline Boulevard, and online at TuscaloosaToyota.com. We're looking to grow our winning team. Sales pros, service advisors. Join our winning team by submitting your application and resume today at Tuscaloosa Toyota. Very competitive pay plan, 401k match, Blue Cross Blue Shield, paid vacation, paid training. We take just a minute to welcome in the visitors from Mercer. I don't know how many came over from our neighboring state, but we welcome you to Tuscaloosa, but also taking a minute for those to come to the game and be a part of what's going to be happening here in Tuscaloosa. A lot of electricity. Hey, it's the possibility. It's not about Mercer. It's just they're next, right? When you look at this and seeing if Alabama plays to the standard. I thought Rodney Orr had one of the better comments this week when he talked about Alabama. What do you want to see from the Crimson Tide? Just play to a certain standard, right? Mercer, 42-point underdog. And we'll go back to parlay picks coming up in a couple of minutes, presented by Brian Harden Construction, ASME certification, I-beam installation, fabrication. If you're building for the ground up, let's build something together. We're going to go to Brent Beard. We've also got Lee Sterling that we're going to talk with a little bit later in the program. And we'll take your phone calls as we wrap up the SEC Parlay Pick Day. We're going to have to get out of here a little early today. Purdue and Alabama basketball. That one's a big one up in West Lafayette. Alabama is the favorite on the road against number 13 Purdue Boilermakers. 3-0, both teams currently 0-0 as far as a home game. So this will be Alabama's first road trip. Mackey Arena in West Lafayette, Indiana. My wife's from the state of Indiana. Those folks up there, as Jerry Palm earlier this week spoke about that game and even mentioned that he was going to be there. So Alabama is a 2.5-point favorite on the road against the 13th ranked Purdue Boilermakers in West Lafayette, Indiana. All South Bend, West Lafayette, right there in that corner of Indiana. If you keep going, you'll drive right into Chicago. I promise you, you want to turn around and you don't want to do that. So hopefully we'll see what Alabama's able to do. We'll have the call coming up. Roger is on the road. Chris Stewart here calling Alabama football with Alabama and Mercer. So Roger Hoover and Brian's up at West Lafayette. And the crew is here in Tuscaloosa getting ready for Alabama and Mercer. And we'll go to the phone lines. Brent Beard, it is First Coast News, Jacksonville, Florida, ABC, NBC News affiliate. Brent Beard, how the heck are you, my friend? Welcome into the game in Tuscaloosa.
Another big week of college football. It is just a perfect day down here. It's the highs in the low 70s, going to be in the low 50s, high 40s by morning. We live for these days of in October and November and December, and it's good. We're happy it's here.
You know, Brent, I want to spend a lot of time today talking Alabama and football, and I want to give you a chance to go back to Alabama and LSU. What a dominating performance done in Baton Rouge for the Crimson Tide.
It was amazing, and they really stayed within themselves, and it worked. And what I mean is you had a situation with Jalen Milroe where he threw fewer than 20 passes, ran between 10 and 15 times, and that is a perfect formula for him. He doesn't need to be throwing 40 or 50 passes. That's just not really who they are. Ran for over 300 yards. I know a lot of that was Milroe, but only just Milroe. But had some reverses, jet sweeps to some of the receivers. So the game plan was excellent, and defensively is where they're growing up, and really impressive. So that worked out really well. Big win. Certainly disappointing to lose Q Robinson for the year, but a lot of these other linebackers have got to step up. And again, people think we're kidding, but this Mercer team for the division they're in is a very good football team. And you've seen it like I have, Alabama having these November games in with basically the Sisters of the Poor, as Lou Holtz used to call them, and being frustrated, particularly in the first half, because the game's closed. So the best thing to do, play well, get up in the score, and empty the bench is the main goal tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a big topic, trying to get some depth and trying to navigate some injuries and see exactly, Q Robinson's going to be out for the remaining part of the season, got to get some reps. And the challenge and system that they're going to bring, that option style, can create some headaches and, communication. It tests you in communication. So, we've had some great Nick Saban football teams around here that have struggled against these style of offense that Alabama's going to play tomorrow. But Alabama's a big favorite, 42.5 points, and offensively should be able to have their way with the Mercer Bears.
See, what they've got to be aware of with these option-type teams or these cutback blocks that you get to where you've got undersized linemen, and they try to and I'm not necessarily saying they're trying to hurt somebody, but they are they block you or tackle you low, and that's got to be something they've got to be aware of and got to watch out for. So Mercer 9-1, and frankly number one, and they've got 21 interceptions. Number one in defense in their division. Number one in third down defense. Number two in turnover margin. So Ryan, for what they do it well.
One of those topics when you look at it, but when you look at the pathway to get there, Alabama fans have been asking all day today and all week, do you pull for Alabama to go to Atlanta? And I said, absolutely. The SEC title means something. Now, the risk is if you went out, and that's the only reason why you would be in Atlanta, if you go there, to me, I'm pretty confident, unless you just go over and get your head beat in, that you're going to be in the college football playoffs. Do you see anything any different?
Well, I agree with that, but I think what we don't know is what this committee is going to do. I mean, look, if you're in your conference championship, that means you're basically one of the two top teams in your conference, and you should be in the playoffs. But I've also heard this narrative that for whatever reason that may not be the case. Another thing that we've said throughout the year is strength of schedule is extremely important, or at least we think it is. So how much does this committee value the strength of schedule? Are they different than some of these other committees that we've had before? But that's kind of the thing that we've got to find out, Ryan, over these next few weeks is how do they value strength of schedule, and to that question, and that really needs to be asked to the committee chairman, is if you're in the conference championship game and you lose and you have 3 losses, can you still get in, and what's your criteria to get in? That's a fair question, is it not?
Sure it is. I think Kirby Smart proposed that question earlier when you look at their schedule. And I know we sarcastically welcome Georgia to the SEC after playing that cupcake schedule over the SEC East. But you look at Georgia's schedule, it's been a reason why it's created some losses. I mean, they played bad football but in times, but when you look at their schedule, it's kind of hard to argue with it.
Well, and look, here's some things about Georgia that people need to be aware of. This is not a great Georgia team, and I mean we say that, but I mean they've also got, it could end up 10-2, but we know what we're used to with Georgia. They certainly aren't on offense. I mean they're struggling greatly. They're 104 out of 134 teams in rushing, which is very un-Georgia-like. Brock Bowers has really struggled. I mean, he's thrown like 12 interceptions in the last 6 games. Footwork's off. He's not seeing the field very well. And I heard a Georgia beat writer a few minutes ago that said Georgia on offense is down to 3 freshman running backs. Can you believe that?
Wow.
ETN is not going to play. He's got some rib injuries and probably some other things. Nate Frazier is their best freshman running back. And here's another stat that's hard to believe, too. Georgia leads the nation in drop passes. When you're used to Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey and players like that, you wonder where that's coming from, that their offensive line is beat up. But look, with the litany of what we just said, Ryan, is there a part of you like me that thinks, do they circle the wagon and come out and play like they did a little bit in the second half of the Bama game, and particularly the first half of the Texas game? Common sense tells you that, but we don't know really, regardless of what people are saying, if Nico is going to play or not for Tennessee at quarterback. The main thing they do is run the ball with Dylan Sampson, play defense. So huge game, but as far as what we're talking about, this is nowhere near your typical Georgia team, is it, Ryan?
No, it's not. No, it's not. But I don't think you're seeing a dominant team in college football. I think that's what's going to there's two things that I'm intrigued about is how and what does it look like the teams that go to the championship game, does that bye week really give them the advantage because they do have to play the championship game, and you win that, then you'd earn the bye. You get almost a month off to prepare for the team that plays the week prior that you would play the winner. But then also, what does it look like as we get deeper into the college football playoffs from an injury standpoint? That's going to be because, I mean, we're sitting here talking about November of the depth. What's it going to be like in January? What's it going to be like those quarterfinal, semifinal games? Are we going to be limping into the college football playoffs? I say yes. I think it will.
Yes.
I'm not sure we're not getting our best football in the month of November.
Well, and that's well said. And the example we just gave was with Georgia with three freshman running backs. And that's the cumulative over the season that we've, pardon me,
You're fine.
that we had to. But what does that tell you? That this won't be dealt with right now. It will be in the off season, but they've got to increase these rosters, don't they? I mean, I think that's one thing we're going to see. But here's the other thing: for a team like Alabama that's playing tomorrow, look, there's no rhyme or reason in a game like tomorrow for Jalen Milroe to be in the game in the fourth quarter. Ty Simpson has got to be in that game and not just handing the ball off. He's got to run the offense. That's going to be important. So it's two-edged sword here. Is one, play your people, empty the bench, and two, when they're in, let them do what they need to do, as if it was a very close, important ball game.
Brand, let me ask you about Texas, Arkansas. I'll let you get out of here. Texas, Arkansas is another one that a lot of us are circling, and Texas is one of those that they played one top 25 team. They got beat. So, yeah, I mean, they played Michigan, but Michigan's no longer did not have staying power. They're 4-5 when you look at their overall record. But now they go and play Arkansas, a decent team. Sam Pittman at times has looked respectable. I think from the hot seat that he was on in August, I feel like he's worked his way off, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they have. Now, there's a contrast in this game. Both these teams tomorrow in the top 10 or actually top 5 offensively. Arkansas is number 5. As far as in Texas is actually number 9 than top 10. But defensively, it's different. The Longhorns are second. 251 yards a game allowed, and Arkansas is 90th. So that's a big wide gap there between the two. But again, to your point, you can argue besides Georgia, who has Texas really played at that point? Now, they're good with Quinn Ewers. They have slow starts. Their offensive line was a problem. I think they've got it fixed now. Andrew Makuba is one of their better defensive players. Matthew Golden at wide receiver. We know Isaiah Bond coming from Alabama listen, Arkansas despises Texas. There's some old wounds from the Southwest Conference involved with this. The games in Arkansas, people don't need to overlook this game. This game could be a very interesting game like that South Carolina-Missouri game with a lot on the line.
Brent, you're a voter in a lot of this. You're a Heisman voter, so am I. At least we don't get our ballots to then. But does it bother you that we get all these ballots screaming at us to the top of their lungs? Warning, this is the final vote for the Lombardi Trophy. This is the final. And I'm going, guys, we still have 3 weeks left. Can we let college football play out? I mean, at what point are the awards going to wake up and go, hey, guys, we play until January the 20th now? The old school system was great. We loved it when the bowl games were a novelty, but no longer, right? I mean, I'm looking at 4 emails today going, please submit your vote. Lombardi, Blitnikoff, Football Writers Association, All-American poll. And I think there's one more in here, too. I just opened up my email. I'm going, okay, guys, we'll submit your vote, but it's really it's like taking a test halfway done, you turn it in. So
well, listen. Here's the problem with the football writers picking your all-star teams in November is just what you said. I mean, when the lights really come on for the playoffs, who knows who's going to play well? And Ryan, the other thing about that is the time that it takes to do it. It's funny. I know a lot of listeners don't understand what we're talking about, but Ryan and I are on several lists. So we have the privilege of voting for some of these awards, and are glad to be able to do it. And there's a real honor in that. But I'm with you. I mean, there's one of them due like tonight at midnight.
There is.
And listen, my struggle with that is like you. Are we going to have an hour, Ryan, to sit down to be able to do that?
Yeah. Well, and the Heisman I love because it's after the SEC title game. You get a chance to at least see that. But I started getting these polls back at the end of October going, hey, will you submit your vote? And I'm going, guys, we're still a month away from the regular season. Can we at least wait? And I get that a lot of this is fundraising for certain charities because that's the part about these hidden awards is there is an award out there, but generally there's a banquet that goes with it. And that's the moneymaker for these these typical awards. And they do an amazing job, but at some point they're going to have to adjust their calendar.
I agree. And look, the playoffs are going to make us think differently about a lot of things. And Ryan, what you're talking about is for some of these guys. Now think about this a minute. Not everybody's going to do this, but you've got a minimum. If you have to get this in tonight at midnight, you've got a minimum of 2 or 3 games left. There could be a conference championship game, so that might be 4. And if anybody goes into the playoffs, let's just pretend here, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, something of that nature. I mean, Ryan, add all that up. That's 4. That may be 7 more games that someone's playing, and you're voting for them now.
And that's the issue, is we want to see the best players. Who knows? The guy we vote for, unfortunately, could get hurt this weekend. And then that's the part that we just don't know. Hey, Brent Beard, First Coast News, Second Helping, Travis Reier, where you get your podcast. We appreciate you, man, as always, for being a part of our show. Brent Beard, First Coast News, Jacksonville, Florida, ABC, NBC News affiliate. Keep your eye on that basketball game. I know a lot of people are going to be watching Tyson and Logan Paul. And I see a lot of memes out here that Paul Tyson are using the Paul Tyson photo because it's trending all over Twitter. And I think for all of us that were raised up in the 80s and 90s, to be able to see Mike Tyson get in the ring one more time, pretty legendary boxer, man. That uppercut was dangerous. So the only bad thing about buying pay-per-view with Mike Tyson back in the day is you're paying pay-per-view. Now, it was a lot cheaper than what it is now, but you might get 45 seconds. You may get a minute.
That's right.
I mean, you're literally, I mean, it was that quick. I mean, Mike Tyson, he got in, and just like Deontay Wilder here in Tuscaloosa used to tell me, I don't get paid for overtime. I don't get paid for overtime. Mike Tyson had that same philosophy. So,
that's tremendous. And another big game this weekend, too, is we go Florida, LSU, two teams really trying to right the ship. Florida trying to get to a bowl. LSU still hanging on to what's left of the season. So, listen, there's something in stake virtually for every game this weekend, isn't it, right?
Yeah, good point. Good point. It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. Brent, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Good. You too, brother. Take care.
Hey, right back to you. Brent Beard helping us out. We'll continue with more. We're going to take your scores on your parlay picks. We'll run through those lines coming up in just a couple of minutes. Paul and Lincoln, get ready. We're coming your way. Robert in Mobile. So let's run through these parlay picks. We're going to talk with Lee Sterling a little bit later this show, and we'll take your calls until then. Big weekend of Alabama Crimson Tide football. Alabama against Mercer. We're going to lock that line, and we did yesterday at 42.5. Had to go offshore and get a couple of these. There is no game total because it's FBS against the FCS team. We go to Texas and Arkansas. Texas minus the 13.5, 57.5 is the game total. La Monroe 5-4 against the Auburn team, 3-6, 1-5 in the SEC. It is Auburn minus the 24. I'm not sure I'd take Auburn minus 24 against anybody, but 46.5 is the game total. Murray State at Kentucky. It's Kentucky minus the 38.5. That was also another offshore line. We could not get a total on that particular line. LSU at Florida. LSU minus the 4, 54.5. The Missouri Tigers taking on South Carolina. Corey Miller's Gamecocks. It is South Carolina minus the 13.5. 43.5 is the game total. Tennessee at Georgia. Georgia minus the 10, 48.5. New Mexico State, Texas A&M. Texas A&M minus the 39, 54.5. And then we got Clemson at Pitt, and we're going to take that Clemson line at 12.5. And then we've also got Tulane and Navy, top 25 matchup as far as Tulane in the top 25. Tulane minus the 7. Let's continue right here, and we'll take your phone calls. And we go to Paul in Lincoln. Paul, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Brian, is Tuscaloosa ready, my friend?
We are. The Mercer Bears are going to take the punishment, we hope.
The mighty Mercer Bears.
Known as a medical school, but this year is a football school. They're 9-1.
Yes, they lost, I think, the Sanford Bulldogs. Is their only defeat.
Well, see, here I'm trying to pour mouth, and you just poked a hole in my boat.
Well, let's before we get going, we have got to embrace.
I'm over here trying to prop Mercer up, and you just go, let the needle hit the balloon, my friend. I wasn't gonna say that. I mean.
Well, Ryan, I like to deal in facts. Ain't that right, buddy? But yes, let's all gather around and embrace the suck.
And how do you spell that?
Do that?
How do you spell that?
You spell that SAUCK, and the AU sadly stands for the Auburn Tigers. The 3-6 Auburn Tigers. As a matter of fact,
a 24-point favorite this weekend, Auburn Tigers.
Yes, over the Warhawks, 24-point favorite. Wow, I mean that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
I was on a teleconference this weekend, and this week on Wednesday, came with a board. Trust me, I did not dial in and listen to Hugh Hefner, but Hugh Hefner talks right before it came with the board. And I was listening to him, and there was one of the guys that asked him about his quarterback, and he's like, "We don't have a quarterback problem. We're good." And I'm just sitting there going, "Hugh Hefner, we all know that you've got a quarterback problem."
Yeah, they got more than quarterback problems down there. But anyway, wow, what a busy week, Ryan. Busy week. Been working with the transition team down here in Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, good. Have you been nominated?
Yes. No, not yet. But I've given them some input on on a few of the nominees so far, but we've got big news on the way. So stay tuned.
I saw Kirby Smart's going to be Department of Motor Vehicles. I saw he's going to be the chairman of Department of Motor Vehicles. At least,
yes, yes. He is going to be over transportation. He'll take Pete Budaplug's his job. Let's
get back to this parlay bet. I'm trying to crawfish.
Let's get back to him, Ryan.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the football, Ryan. Oh, man. I'm just happy, Ryan. I'm just happy.
As you should be. As you should be. You put the work in. You get to celebrate. You get the victory lap.
It's a new day. It's a new day in the United States of America, and this is going to be the reddest MAGA administration that you could imagine. It's going to be great. I mean, listen, there's always some peaks and valleys, but man, what a change we're fixing to see on how things are governed and legislated, and it's just really going to be exciting. So, all right, let's get to some football, man.
All right, let's go.
What was the tiebreaker say?
Tiebreaker was Mercer total offensive yards against that mighty Alabama Crimson Tide defense.
Wow. Okay. Let's give me the Georgia Bulldogs. Their back their back's against the wall like no time in the last 5 years. Maybe 4 years. Their back is literally against the wall.
And there's part of me that's mixed. There's part of me mixed. Like a part of me, I want Tennessee to win. Part of me wants Georgia to win because it would create a pathway.
Yes, Ryan. There's two teams I will never ever pull for as long as I got blood flowing through my veins. That's the Auburn Tigers and the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, I would pull for Tennessee if they played Auburn, but that's the only time I would ever pull for Tennessee. So, give me the Kirby Bulldogs.
All right. Got it.
And what was the over-under on the Carolina-Missouri game?
43.5. 43.5.
Give me the over.
Okay, I got it. And pick number 3.
And pick number 3, give me the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Okay, you want to go Bama minus the 42.5. I like that number. I mean, Mercer total offensive yards.
Give me 285 yards.
Okay. Georgia, USC over, Bama 285. Paul, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Roll Tide and roll MAGA.
All right, so here we go. 205-342-9904. 205-342-9904. 205-342-9904. R&R Cigars, 2703 6th Street, downtown Tuscaloosa. Relax and recharge. R&R Cigars. R&R Cigars. 2703 6th Street. Let's continue, and we go to Robert in Mobile. Robert, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well, my friend.
Hey, so what's the spread between Georgia and Tennessee?
Georgia and Tennessee is at 10. Georgia minus the 10.
Wow, so Tennessee's quarterback's not playing, right?
Well, it's still up in the air. We know that ETN's not going to be, which is Georgia's back. Let me see if that line's adjusted any, but we locked it yesterday, so we can't change it. It's 9.5, so really not a lot of variance.
Yeah, I mean, the Tennessee quarterback plays. It's a pretty big spread for a Georgia team that's been so inconsistent. But, wow, okay. I'm kind of like you guys. I like Georgia to lose, but then, like you said, open some pass for Alabama, the SEC. But I'm not sure what the advantage of the SEC championship game is for Alabama this season. I know I heard Christian Miller talk about, when he was playing, how he would have wanted to go to the SEC championship game. But
I still think it means something. I mean, when you could say that you have 31 SEC titles, pretty awesome.
Yeah. But the path of least resistance for Alabama is not to go.
Here is the other issue. Okay, there's a benefit both ways tomorrow. If Tennessee beats Georgia, okay, Tennessee obviously would be a pathway to get to Atlanta. It's pretty automatic, right? I mean, you got to go beat some teams, but you're going to be the favorite. So if you can beat Georgia on the road in Athens, then you would eliminate Georgia. The issue is that you're going to get to the end of the college football regular season, the SEC. What if because we're sitting here as an Alabama guy and we're going 10-2 gets you in. Well, guess what they're saying in Tennessee? They're saying 10-2 gets me in. What's Georgia saying? 10-2 gets me in. Texas is saying 10-2 gets me in. Ole Miss is saying 10-2 gets me in. We're not all going to get in. Now, the strength of schedule for Alabama is what lines up. So if you look at a Tennessee win, it would guarantee that you would not be in Atlanta because they would obviously only have one loss in the SEC. So you've got Tennessee and Georgia, and that's the topic that we're sitting here looking at. I mean, there's a lot of math involved in some of this. I mean, I called on you yesterday to understand the algorithm, but good luck with this, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think they threw this thing together because they didn't release the SEC scenario tiebreakers until August the 21st.
What gets Alabama in if the SEC championship game is what we want to actually go to? I guess the players want to go. Of course, Georgia beats Tennessee, and then Vanderbilt beat Tennessee. I think that would get Alabama in, which is not beyond the realm of a possibility. Although Vanderbilt's luster has lost a lot of luster since they peaked against Alabama, but they're kind of going down the wrong direction now. But they could probably beat Tennessee. You never know. So that, I think, will get Alabama into the SEC championship game. If Tennessee loses 3, I think if Tennessee loses 2, they get in. But lose has a start.
Tiebreaker. Yeah, they have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, so if you get Georgia out of there, right? Boom, that eliminates one. Get them out of there. Move on. Texas is sitting here going but see the other way is Georgia hurts you. Georgia losing hurts your resume.
Oh, but it's still Georgia. That's still a good resume. They're still Georgia.
Now the good thing is South Carolina and the Missouri Tigers keep winning some way somehow. But none of this really matters if you don't go to Oklahoma and beat those guys.
Yeah, that's of course, that's the last, game. Because, I mean, I know people don't like to hear this, but I'm writing Auburn off. I just can't see them being a challenge at the end of the season. It's Oklahoma. And as far as Jalen Milroe plays an A game, we beat everybody in college football. But that's the caveat, isn't it? So my picks are, Texas over Arkansas. We're picking Alabama, right?
We are. 42.5 is where we do not have a game total. Well, no, that's the line. That is the line. Yeah. And here we are all week long. We're propping up Mercer, trying to bring in we respect our opponent. And Paul comes in and puts a needle in our balloon and goes, well, they lost to Samford. We were not going to tell anybody that.
I didn't know that either. Wow, yeah, forget that. Yeah, I'm going to Alabama. And even Nick Saban can try to talk this way. We need a Nick Saban to rant, to get mad at when people look past Mercer.
Hey, we did learn something earlier from Nick Saban that he doesn't like Nick at Noon that he used to participate in. I thought that was one of the best weeks or best press conference, not press conference, but public address speaking for Nick Saban. He said he hates it. He didn't like it. For all those that paid $75 to go hear Nick Saban, he didn't like talking to anybody. So, all right, Texas.
Yeah, well, he can be honest now. Texas, Alabama, and Georgia or Tennessee. I wish I knew if the Tennessee quarterback was playing. They should be forced to tell us that.
It's questionable. This is questionable, but the injury report. We do not have an injury report. People have been asking for Alabama on the injury report. We think Jaden Roberts is going to be able to go. According to Kalen DeBoer on the Wednesday Kalen DeBoer show, he announced that Jaden Roberts, and there was even some discussion that he could have come back in the game if they'd have needed him. Gino Vandermark certainly was a very serviceable guard, so you're okay there. Q Robinson, so we don't have an official injury report from Alabama, so our Blue Spring Living Water injury report, because this is out of conference, Alabama's not officially required to play one of those.
I'll go with Georgia. I don't think Tennessee can cover that. That's 10 points. That's pretty big on the road. Georgia's not playing that good. I'll go with Georgia. What's the tiebreaker?
It is Mercer total yards.
Okay. I'm going to go 235.
Okay. We got Texas, Bama, Georgia, 235. I got it, Robert, man. Appreciate you.
And I'm looking up to see the running backs once again, see if we can get a running back that can run. So I want to some running back get over 100 yards this weekend. So hopefully we'll see that.
I got
All right, man.
Thank you. It is the Wharf since 1976, the work and Western wear for the entire family. It is the work and Western headquarters since 1976. The Wharf on McFarland Boulevard, El Gran Patron on the right-hand side of the road, which is a great Mexican place right there in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center. You go the next shopping center on the right, you'll find the Wharf, the work in Western wear since 1976. Justin, Tony Lama, Red Wing, Georgia, Double H, Timberline, Laredo, and many more. Carhartt Clothing, Rocky Clothing, Under Armour Clothing. It is the Wharf, the work in Western wear since 1976. Reminding you to get your SEC Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction, ASME certification, I-beam installation, fabrication. We're going to be going off earlier because Alabama and Purdue. So we got about an hour and 15, actually about an hour and 5 minutes. And so if you want to get in, jump in 205-342-9904. We have Alabama and Purdue, and it's a big showdown up in West Lafayette. Alabama, the higher-ranked team, and they are the favorite, 2.5 points on the road. So let's continue with more phone calls, and we go to Pat in Tuscaloosa. Pat, good afternoon. You're in the game. Got to be quick today. I hope all is well, man.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, did I win last week?
You did. I was just about to announce that, literally on the tip of my tongue. Come Monday after 2. You did. So you have 2 balls in the bucket. In the bucket. And
I do get a mark this week. I know I did. Come on.
Not for the parlay picks. That's the.
You kidding me? Because we didn't get one for the other thing. I thought Mark Smart would have been in the deal this time. Come on.
Yeah. No.
Supposed to be. Normally it is.
It's on the score prediction day on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is a parlay pick.
Yeah, but I won score prediction last time.
Okay, well,
it wasn't one in there.
Yeah, well, and that's we mix it up. We do. I mean, sometimes we put.
Okay.
Now I'll tell you this: always consistent. There's 2 things that's always consistent. Okay, Southern Ale House gives us a gift card for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Friday with our. Usually we started on SEC parlay picks, but we knew that we were going to be getting cut short a little bit today because of Alabama Purdue. You've always got. El Gran Patron gift card on Friday. So you definitely get one of those. Hey, that's a great Mexican place. I don't know if you love Mexican food, but it's pretty awesome. You can have
I got a friend that likes it for sure. Hey, look, this week
Mark Smart would be a good one.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, if I can squeeze another one out of Jacob, I will put it in your package because I'm that type of guy, Pat.
Nobody's as fine as you are, Ryan Fowler. Come on, but hey, let's go. Let's go and give you these score predictions so I can get Ellis can get in on this thing. That South Carolina, want to over on South Carolina. That's 45.5, correct?
You talking about the over? You want to go over? It's 43.5 for South Carolina. South Carolina 43.5.
43.5. Okay, I wanted it 43.5. I want the over on that. And 43.5. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. So hold on just a minute. Your first pick was South Carolina over, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because the way you said it, I thought you might be saying South Carolina and the over. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Well, I want South Carolina and the over at 43.5. Whatever it may be.
Okay, but you're not taking South Carolina minus the points. You're just taking the over in that game. I got it. Okay, pick number 2. Got it.
The over in that game. All right, I want to get Georgia minus 10.
Okay, got it. Pick number 3.
And then Clemson to win, whatever the point is on Clemson. What's the points on Clemson?
Clemson's 12.5 against Pitt.
12.5. Okay, got it. All right, that's what I'm asking.
And then we're going Mercer Bears against the Alabama Crimson Tide defense. Where you want to go?
236 yards.
236. I got it, Pat. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir. Have a blessing. See you Monday afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Med Center, Urgent Care, Family Medicine, no appointment necessary. The super doctors who live and work in our community. MedCenterUrgentCare.com. Wayne in Northport, we're going to get ready to you. Marty, we'll be right back into the game. Tuscaloosa Toyota powers the program, 3325 Skyline Boulevard, and online at TuscaloosaToyota.com. If you're looking for a new Camry, Corolla, Highlander, RAV4, you'll find that. How about a Tundra? Yes, we've got some Christmas holiday bonus cash attached to both the Tacoma and the Tundra. We're going off today at 4 o'clock. We're going to hand off to our pregame show, getting you ready for Alabama and Purdue. Alabama, the favorite on the road, 2.5 on the road in West Lafayette, Indiana. Purdue, and that'll be the big game that Roger Hoover will be on the call. Let's continue. Let's take more phone calls, 205-342-9904. How about you, Wayne in Northport? Good afternoon, Wayne. You're in the game.
Good afternoon, Ryan. I've had a long week this week. That's why I hadn't called in. I had 3 doctor's appointments. They all went well.
That's good news. That's good news. I mean, anytime you did you go 3 for 1, or did you go on 3 separate days? I mean, what was the plan?
Separate days.
That's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've been busy.
Hey, Wayne, can you fill out this paperwork and have a seat? We'll get with you in a couple of minutes.
Paperwork for what?
I mean, if you've been in the doctor's offices, I know that you're really good at paperwork. I mean, I just figured we'd give you a couple of more sheets. We know that you filled it out last week, but we'd like to get you to fill it out again. It was a joke. It was a joke. You know, when you go to doctor's offices, you fill out paperwork, right? More and more and more. Like, here's 3 sheets, and then you come back the next week and get the same 3 sheets.
Right. But let me get my picks in so some people can get in.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I maybe went way over your head. My bad.
South Carolina, give me Lyman Rowe to win outright. Hugh Freeze loses his job.
Now, Wayne, you just painted a photo. If that happens, Hugh's going to be unemployed. He won't make it.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to make it because I think they're going to win. And give me Clemson.
Okay, well, you get ULM plus points, so you don't need them to win outright, but that's a lot of points for a team that really struggles. Mercer total yards against that Alabama Crimson Tide defense.
I'll say 250.
Got it. Thank you, man.
My favorite Journey song is Separate Ways.
Okay. Well, we know that it's Kalen DeBoer's favorite group. We don't know his song. He pretty much refused to give it to us. So
my favorite one is Separate Ways.
Okay. I think that would be a good one too. Wayne, thank you so much. Let's continue, and we go 205-342-9904. Marty, Arkansas. Marty, good afternoon. You're in the game. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm glad I knew you told me you went off at 4 because I was driving, but I hate coming through Memphis trying to get to Tuscaloosa. I always get stuck on that bridge. I have to sit on the bridge for 2 hours.
Yeah, you're talking about the complete interstate that's down, right? Is that 40 that's down, or is it 22 that's coming in?
The bridge is getting redone or something, and they had it shut down, and there was a truck hit another truck. It was just a mess. I had to sit there for 2 hours, but that's all right. Plus, I got Zach with me, so he must have met his friend in Birmingham, so that's good. Brian, you should have the thing though, Brian. If Rodriguez would have got the job, we'd be the laughing stock. You know what?
I'm sorry. Who would have got the job?
Rodriguez, the guy that turned us down.
Rich Rodriguez in 2007. I got it.
Yeah, if he would have got the job, we've been a laughing stock. We got to quit laughing at these teams because Alabama was drafted. I can remember when Saban got hired. I was over with Brett Noseworthy before he went on the show, and he said, "Martin, Alabama ain't going to be bad no more. You can turn the tide." And he was right. But, I mean, we're laughing at these teams, karma comes around. So, they're down. We were down at one time, too, but we come back. But there's not a lot of teams that come back like Alabama. So, but That's all I don't have a whole lot. The only thing with Ryan is you could have, the tiebreaker could have been how many threes we hit tonight. I'm glad you told me it comes on.
Yeah, I did think about it, putting in a little basketball SEC parlay picks.
I know we'll have that during SEC after we win the national championship. And me and you get our picture made, like I've been saying, it's going to happen.
And where are we going to get our photo made at, Marty? Walmart. Okay.
When they hold the trophy, we hold the trophy up.
Can we get Caitlin DeBoer to come by and be a part of the photo too? Would that be a possibility?
You have to pull that string because I've talked to him. You've been in that office more in the last since he come coach than you have in 17 days. So you should know every crank and credit in there to ask somebody for.
Well, he's got a new office. He's got a new office. I haven't been in that one.
Oh, okay. You haven't been invited that one yet. Well, you will, Ryan. You will. But, Ryan, hey, I'm glad you told me the game comes on at 4 o'clock because I don't got Peacock, so I'll have to listen to it on radio. Oh, I know what I need to ask you, and I don't know. Maybe someone can text. Do you know that street that the buses pick you up on to take you to the game?
You're talking about Bryant Drive?
I don't know. I'll ask Dale. Dale knows. I'll ask one of them tonight.
That might, because I park a little different. I guess. Are you talking about the bus that you're talking about parking downtown and taking the shuttle in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that is the what is it? Transmodal parking facility, I think is what they call that.
Okay,
parking.
That's fine. I know pretty well how to close to get there. I'll ask somebody tonight.
Well, that's downtown, but then they drop you off at Calvary Baptist Church. And I think that's what you're talking about.
I've done it, and you can walk over there. They drop you off right there and come back. Because it costs, that's on crutches, and that way we got real close to the stadium. That's all. Okay, hey, Ryan, you have a good night.
Hey, give me 3 picks.
Roll Tide.
Hey, give me 3 picks.
I've already have. Yesterday.
Oh, okay. My apologies. My bad. Yeah, safe travels, man.
I took Tennessee, South Carolina, and Arkansas.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks, Marty. And if somebody knows, maybe they could pass that word on to you because I don't know unless you're talking about parking downtown and then riding into the bus.
They know, parking downtown, you pay $5 and that bus takes you right there to that church. But I don't know what the road is. That's all. I'm going to put in my GPS if someone's come to the road. Okay. Hey, Brian, like I said, have a good night. Roll Tide, roll basketball, too. We got to win tonight.
Roll Tide. Thank you, Marty. Have a great rest of your day, man.
I will. Bye-bye.
Right back to you. Let's go to 205-342-9904. Josh in Georgia. Josh, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well, man.
Everything is wonderful. I am Tuscaloosa bound with the hammer down, my friend.
Okay. All right. So what time is the ETA? What are you arriving at?
ETA right now, 6:15.
6:15. So
yes, sir.
It's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be tickets. Anybody that says that they can't go to a game needs to go look at the price of tickets because they're not very much. They're not very much. Right. I mean, you can get tickets, you in the door. $25-$30 sometimes. I mean, and they'll probably drop even as the evening progresses. So, people go, I don't have tickets. Don't worry about tickets. I mean, all you got to do is hold your fingers up as you walk into Bryant-Denny Stadium and they will hand you tickets. And we need people. We need people to show up. The last game I noticed, Nick Saban always talked about the opponent staying for fourth quarters. I'm here to break a story. Did you know Nick Saban left? He left about 12 minutes ago in the fourth quarter last week, last time we played in Missouri. I started to stop him, Josh, but I couldn't build up the courage to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, he used to say, stay for 60. You got to stay for 60. You got to stay for 60.
Right. Knowing him, he probably had obligations because he's a busy man still. So, I mean, we know what he preached for the 17 years he was there, but we know what he does now. So
Should be. All right. Josh?
Go ahead.
Oh, you got 3 picks for me?
Yeah. Give me Florida.
Okay.
Give me Alabama.
Bama minus the 42.5 against the Mercer Bears. Got it?
Yeah, Alabama against Mercer. And then give me the stinking Georgia Vols.
Okay, hold on. You drifted away there just for a nanosecond. What was the spread again?
Give me those stinking bull puppies against the vile Vols from Knoxville. Yuck. I don't even like saying that, but yuck.
Josh, Georgia.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I hate that orange worse than I hate the bull puppy, but they're both ugly. I didn't even want to touch that game, but I told my boss today, I said, look, for 4 hours only, I said, I ain't saying it. I ain't wearing no G on my shirt or hat, but I said, I need y'all to beat Tennessee, please.
So did you hear me debating this with Robert in Mobile earlier?
Today? No.
Okay, we talked about it about 45 minutes ago. You're in a little bit of a dilemma. If you're an Alabama guy, you want to pull for Georgia to beat Tennessee. Right. But let me also kind of set this up in the back of your mind. Now, chances are nothing's going to go chalk. But if it does, you could end up with quite a few teams at the end of the season that has 2 losses.
Right. But if Tennessee beats Georgia, that's a 3rd loss. Mm-hmm.
Tennessee beats Georgia. Georgia, thanks for playing. We know that you had a tough schedule, but it's time to focus on gymnastics or whatever they focus on in Athens. So you're looking at a possibility. I mean, there could be multiple. Now, if Georgia beats Tennessee, you could have Georgia with 2 losses, Tennessee with 2 losses. We know Texas A&M, one of those will cancel out, and they'll have 2 losses. Alabama with 2 losses if they win out. I mean, you've got a scenario that could be. I mean, we talk about 10-2 automatic.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alabama's strength of schedule helps.
Strength of schedule, yep. And then also, we have the tiebreaker over Georgia, and then I guess common opponent. I mean, it's crazy the way they go in when you have 5 teams 10-2 in the SEC, then you go into the tiebreaker rules. That gets a little muddy right there. So, and then tiebreakers, Mercer yards against Alabama's mighty defense.
It is.
190.
Okay, Florida, Bama, Georgia, 190. I got it, man. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Roll Tide. Safe travels. Thank you. Josh in Georgia. Let's continue with more phone calls. 205-342-9904. Kit Kat, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Hey, Ryan. How are you?
Roll Tide. Oh, we're having a great day. Having a great day. I get off early. Got to get off a little bit early. Get to kick back a little bit. Enjoy, you got the Purdue-Alabama game, and then later on, we get to watch a novelty fight between Mike Tyson and Logan Paul. So I don't know what I'm expecting with that thing, but at least we don't have to pay for it.
I just turned on Skyland.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to meet Jay for a cocktail, and I have some stuff that I was bringing by there for. I made enough that you can take some home, but I made some for the kids too. If you want me to drop it off, or I can just meet you later and give it to you then.
Yeah, either way, whatever's the easiest. We'll be here till 4, but you're on Skyland Boulevard. Sounds like you're pretty close.
Yeah, I can be there in like 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. And you've got a package that now you must show identification. I believe it was it you or was it Brett and your husband?
What?
That one a couple of weeks ago. I'm trying to, because I know that.
It was me.
Oh, it was you. Okay. I mean, because I get confused sometimes. I mean, I'm getting old.
I mean, he picked us. No, that was when I picked all of them. That's right. I won. Yeah, it was me. It was just me.
Okay. Because.
But will I be able to see you if I come to the station?
Yes. I can run down during the break. I'll do my best.
Okay, tell them I'm bringing goodies, and that might help. Okay, I'll be there in just a second.
Okay, you want to give us 3 picks? You want to give us 3 picks? You want to give us 3 picks?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Texas, Tennessee.
Oh, this hurts. It hurts to write it down.
I know.
I mean,
like you were just saying.
I mean, it is like writing Tennessee by your name is a challenge.
I know. Both of the puke oranges that I just picked.
I mean, you want to go ahead and take Auburn? I mean, you want to take Auburn? I mean, we'll make this.
No, actually, I want to take I don't even know who's playing Auburn.
ULM, University of Louisiana Monroe.
Okay, I'm going to take them.
Okay. Well, at least that's a salvage part of your picks there. Okay. Going Mercer total yards. Mercer total yards. Where you want to go?
295.
295. I got it. Thank you, Kit Kat.
Okay, see you in a sec.
She is president of the Tide Twitter Army. She picked up a prize package, and we always try to make it convenient when people are coming into town to swing by. And, hey, listen, if you bring goodies, I mean, Pat's always bringing goodies. We appreciate all those oatmeal. We welcome you right back into the game in T-Town. Tide at 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports. We're going to hand off coming up with our Tide pregame show, getting you ready for Alabama Purdue. That's starting at 4 o'clock. Handing right off to CTSN. Roger and Brian up in West Lafayette. Purdue, the underdog. Alabama, the favorite, minus the 2.5. And I think they've got a big show lined up for you with Hunter and Chris and Wyatt and I believe Jackson. Jackson, you producing all the way until 5? No. Oh, you're at 4. So are you and I hitting the? You and I are hitting the. What place you going to carry me to? I mean, 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. You want to?
We could start at Ennis.
Oh, now hold on.
Is that what you were?
No, I mean I was thinking like food.
Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah.
I mean we can have some. We can do show prep for next week.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can discuss our topics.
Okay.
Our thoughts, our concerns.
We go over and hang out with Nick. Well, Nick's in Athens.
Yep.
You think he gets a favorable welcome in Athens, Georgia, after spanking the dogs as many times as he spanked them?
He definitely gets the respect, but it's the Tom Brady effect.
I am a little bit shocked because he's now getting that Coach Bryant treatment now since he's no longer affiliated with Alabama. But, I was reading earlier, I believe it was the Tuscaloosa News. I believe Colin had the article that sat down with Greg Byrne, and he was talking about the value. I mean, can you imagine the value? And if I was an opposing fan, I'd be a little bit jealous because every time you see Nick Saban, you don't think LSU, you don't think SEC, you think Alabama. And what a recruiting pitch that is for Kalen DeBoer to be able to do that. I know we had Dawson Merritt on him back in the summer. It's unfortunate to lose him. I spoke with Dawson last night via text message, and hey, just wished him nothing but the best. And, that's all you have to do when you look at Dawson Merritt. I'm not a recruiter for Alabama, but that young man was probably as impressive of a guy as I've ever spoken to as a recruit. His dad is a Kansas City Chiefs secondary coach. You can tell that young man has got a great set of parents, and I believe his dad was listening to us the day that we featured him. I mean, I went on for about 15 minutes on a recruit, and rarely do you do that. Normally, if you can get 6, 7 out of a high school kid, you're really, really doing good. Probably one of the most impressive interviews. But Dawson Merritt back in July, July, committed to the University of Alabama, 4-star edge guy, and now he flips to Nebraska. Caleb Cunningham, 5-star flipping to Ole Miss. But hey, listen, you're a long way away. I say that. Early signing period has now been moved up. So now you've got that on Wednesday, December the 4th. You've got National Signing Day. Let's continue. Let's go to J-Rob down in Montgomery. J-Rob, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well, man.
Happy Football Friday, Ryan Fowler. How you doing?
Happy Football Friday, man. It's a good day. Good day. Phone lines jammed up, and we are trying to squeeze it in before 4 o'clock.
I know, and you get off early, too. You got Bama basketball, man. Well, it's a dream weekend, isn't it?
It would be if I had if I could recruit a kid to go youth deer hunting this weekend. That would make it icing on the cake. I mean, anybody got a kid I can borrow for the weekend? I mean, I'll buy him lunch, but you get the early start. This is youth weekend. And, no, in all jokes aside, hunting is one of those. I know the liberals always hate when we talk about hunting, but because they're anti-guns and anti-American and everything else. But this weekend, this weekend is Youth Weekend, and so many kids that get out enjoy this wonderful weekend, and it preserves something that's very important to our heritage and the great. Just country. I mean, people hunt all over the country, but this is Youth Weekend.
Oh, yeah, they get to do something that's...
so go get you a new pair of boots at one of our sponsors, The Wharf, and carry that kid hunting. It's Youth Weekend.
It's going to be it's a dying breed. It's a dying sport. People are trying to eliminate that from our heritage, and we need to continue to do that. But I'm looking forward to the basketball game tonight.
But now I am a gun rights guy. I don't think liberals. I don't think liberals should have guns. I've seen them shoot. I don't know. I agree totally. I mean, I'm all for that. I'm a gun rights guy, but I want restrictions.
I carry a gun everywhere I go. I mean, it's just the way I am. I mean, I'm not going to go without my gun because that's my right.
And you're a law-abiding citizen. There's no reason why you shouldn't.
That's right. I sure am, and I could plan on continuing that. But I have the right to have protection on my side if I want it, and that's
J-Rob, I'm not judging other people, but you and I don't think are the ones they're watching out for. I mean, we go down, you get a pistol permit, you get fingerprinted, you get, background check. I mean, we do it the legal way. And heck, I'll buy mine in 5 years. Those pistol permits, I think it's $100 for 5 years. I think it's $100, but anyway, don't have to worry about it for a while.
They're looking out for people like Jackson.
Jackson would be one of those guys.
Watch that guy.
I mean, he's got a Kamala shirt on, or at least he did.
Oh my goodness, no, he does. No, I know better than that. But still, they still keep an eye on that guy.
Jackson's giving me this look like you're crazy, Fowler. No, he was one of the very few that brave that wore a Trump shirt before the election. I was proud of him. I was proud of him.
I am too. I mean,
because you don't realize it's hard for the youth to not be woke.
You're right, and it's hard to stand up and tell the other young people around you what you believe in without being ridiculed about it. So I'm proud of him too.
So
we're proud of you, Jackson.
We're proud of you, Jackson.
Well, thank you, guys.
We're proud of you, Jackson. I mean, we are proud of you. I mean,
I'm proud of the American people too.
Yeah, we did the right thing, didn't we, Jackson?
We did.
We did the best thing.
We did.
Well, it may not be the best, but it sure is the right thing.
Well,
sure.
I want these small businesses. I couldn't be on the other side and then go ask small businesses to patronize me and to sponsor me, but because most of them are other way leaning. I mean, I guess there's probably a few other places that might be out there. I can't think of any, but maybe there is a few. All right, J-Rob, let's get back to Football Friday, man. Look at you guys always dragging me. Y'all like like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and y'all are bringing like a 6-pack in or something. I mean,
you we have to tie what you're bringing into the conversation.
You did it. I did
that.
Yeah.
It kind of ties to it,
All right.
But me and Jackson, we had a long talk about this, and he kind of talked me through some of these picks this week because I really wasn't sure about them. So here I go. I'm sure about them now, and I appreciate Jackson talking me through them and counseling me.
Well, now,
so here we go.
Well, now hold on. Is there a prearranged agreement if Jackson's able to talk?
No, nothing like that.
He doesn't even see the sheet. I mean, I'm over here writing it down, but I mean, is he charged a percentage of your winnings? I mean, does he?
Oh no. He just.
He's just being a nice guy.
Just a free consultant. Yeah.
Does he answer the phone? Does he answer the phone with my pleasure over there? I mean, is that?
No, but he probably could because he's a really, really good producer. He does a real good job.
I hear him. He's very kind. Very kind.
This is Chick-fil-A.
I think he deserves a raise. Well,
my pleasure.
Jackson, don't you deserve a raise?
We got.
Well, I won't ever turn down a raise.
We got to get the economy going back before we talk raises.
That's true.
We got to. I mean, the stock market fell about 500 points today.
Hush, man. I don't even want to hear all that. I mean, we had some good days when the news come out, and then it's
well, but then the inflation numbers arrived yesterday, and they were a disaster. So,
all right, well, let's get out of here. Let's stop talking crazy stuff because we've got a lot of people trying to get in 4-4. So
let's go.
Here we go. I got the Green Wave.
Wow, that's a unique pick. Tulane minus the 7. Got it. Pick number 2.
I've got your other team that you love and adore, the Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay. Oh, and I'm writing your name down, and I just realized what you said. No, I hate them. I hate them. I'm an unbiased reporter. I hate them all except Alabama.
Mitchell and his sister both love them too. So y'all are all in the same group. And the last one I got, I know you like them. I know you love their coach, Clem's son.
I do like Dabo because he's a Bama guy.
He is. He's a good guy, too.
All right, total yards by Mercer. I
got 257. I want everybody to have a great weekend. And as always, roll tide.
Roll tide, roll tide. Thank you. Let's continue with more. 205-342-9904. Dale, got to go quick today. I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me Bama.
Bama minus the 42.5. Pick number 2, Georgia.
And La Monroe.
Mercer, total offensive yards. Where you want to go?
275.
275. Dale, you pretty excited about the weekend?
I am, man.
I am too.
I'm going to have to work it, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, I like to say this about Kit Kat and Britt. Those are two great Alabama people. Ellis from Manchester introduced me to them several years ago, and I've took Marty and Jumbo and them by there, and it's been a tradition. I hadn't got to go there to see them this year, but I love them to death. They're great people, great ambassadors for Alabama. And Brett just had a birthday. I want to make another shout out for that.
I sung to him on the air. I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Roll Tide, man.
And if you listen to me singing, you know why I do sports talk radio. So it's I can't hum a tune in a bucket.
I love your voice, man.
Well, I mean, I may have a voice is a requirement with sports talk radio, but I'm talking about humming a tune. I have no C note, B note, D note, nothing, 0.
You're better than you think you are, man.
No, Dale, I appreciate your kindness, but I reject that offer. Trust me, I used to sit behind the choir director's wife at church. And I was thinking to myself, she knows what a good singer sounds like, and she knows what a bad singer sounds like, and I'm the bad. So, all right. Dale, let's go 3 picks, man.
I just did.
Oh.
Ryan. Why are we going to leave it at 4 o'clock?
I'm out of sync. All right, here we go.
What are we leaving at 4 o'clock for? What's going on?
We are getting out of here. Yeah, we got a Alabama preview show that's coming up. Alabama Purdue. So that's when we got to get out of here. Dale, thank you, man.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. We'll continue with. You made that up. No, I cannot. I got a friend of mine that's in the Air Force that's listening to us. Thank you. He said, I can't hum a tune. I can't hum a tune in a bucket. No, I'm trust me, you could bring a bucket out here. I mean, that's a Blount County terminology. By the way, Tuscaloosa Academy is playing my old high school. They're on the road against Susan Moore. How about that? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pull for Tuscaloosa Academy, or I'm going to pull for Susan Moore. The Bulldogs and the Knights getting together up in Blount County. No, that's a Blount County terminology. All right, Bama Nick, we're coming to you next. Super Joe, Elias, UTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide sports. I do remind you about thestandardbama.com, home of the 20-inch pizza pie, pepperoni, meat lovers, cheese. Design your own. University Boulevard, you'll find it right there, thestandardbama.com. Full-service restaurant, also available by DoorDash or by carryout, thestandardbama.com, home of the 20-inch pizza pie, wings, boneless wings, cheese sticks, mac and cheese bites, thestandardbama.com. Let's go to Bama Nick. Bama Nick, how are you? Welcome into the game in T-Town.
Doing great, pal. I see you had to get your commercials in before you put me on that famous song. I want to hear it.
You ain't got a lot of time today, man.
I do. I got an hour and a half according to my time.
Maybe 1 minute and 30 seconds.
A Boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. Fowler, I don't see why people say you can't sing. Man, you do a good duet.
No. There is some things that I struggle at. Is singing is one of those. Okay, I am.
No, it ain't, Fowler. You do good on Amarillo by morning. We do pretty good on that one.
Nobody wants to hear me sing. I can promise you that is not. I mean, Bama Nick, I'm not judging your ability. I'm judging my ability. Okay, it's me that's bringing you down, not you bringing me down.
Come on, fella. You caught me on a good day, fella, because I ain't been able to pour too long. You know I had to take my dog to the vet.
So are you not pouring?
Well, I'm on my second drink. All your audience caught me on an off day.
What's the alcohol of choice today?
Oh, I'm drinking my 10 High, my bourbon whiskey, and
Coke. So you gonna be toe up?
Well, I got to do my Oldies and Goldies show tonight, fella.
Okay, you gonna be taking requests?
Yeah. Did you listen to my show the other night?
Oh yes, yeah. But I mean, what you're calling a show is you're putting up links to songs. I don't know if that's a show, but we'll claim it as a show. I mean, I want you to go Facebook Live. I want you to go Facebook Live. Go Facebook Live and then begin to play the hits.
No, because nobody listens to me. Because unless you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you won't hear me.
There's a lot of people in
there. All right, give me 3 picks, Bama Nick. I'm out of time, man. I'm sorry.
No, you ain't. You sat there, you played around with Kit Kat for 30 minutes, and then had to go get.
She was 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Had to go get your little treats. Had to go get your little snacks. I know what you did, fella.
All right, give me 3 picks.
But I'm going to go ahead and give you.
And hey, by the way, you actually won all 3 picks, but there was a problem. Your tiebreaker was not high enough, so Pat beat you out.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Well, I mean, you went 3-0. Well, that's more than most people did. But Pat,
I know that.
You didn't believe in Alabama's rushing attack. You didn't believe in Jalen Milroe. You didn't believe that Alabama was going to open up a can against LSU. You were very conservative with your number, and it cost you. I hope you're.
No, I gave him 167 yards.
Well, I mean, but they rushed for over 300. So
that wasn't my fault. LSU's defense ain't worth a damn. Could have said that.
Give me 3 picks. Yeah, I'm glad. Yes, thank you. Last week you did. I mean, we had to hit the dump button. But give me 3 picks.
I hit it a couple times. I'm taking Mercer plus the 41.5.
42.5, but okay. 42.
Hey, I'll take the 42.5. That gives me an next one.
All right, talk to me. Pick number 2.
I want LSU.
LSU minus the 4. Got it. Pick number 3.
Yeah. And I want the under in the Tennessee in the Texas and Arkansas game.
Oh, look at you trying to throw me a curveball there. I don't have that one. 57.5. You want under in the Texas game. Got it? And,
hell yeah.
And we're going Mercer total offensive yards. Where you want to
go? Let's go 222.
222. Bama Nick, I hope you have a great weekend, man. Roll Tide.
Listen to my show tonight, fella.
It's on Facebook. Instead of watching the Tyson fight and Alabama and Purdue, what time are you going to start it up? 6, 7?
Probably about 8 o'clock.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, fella.
Roll Tide. If he's 2 drinks in by 8 o'clock, he won't be able to stand. Super Joe, you're in the game. I hope all is well, man.
What's up, Pat? How you feeling, man?
I'm having a great day, man. I hope you are as well.
Yeah, I think Tyson gonna knock Jay Paul out.
You gonna watch it?
I think that. I'm gonna watch it. I got my neighbors down the street. Yeah, got on Netflix. I got invited to come down there yesterday, so I told them I'd be out there.
It should be. I mean, it's an exhibition. I know it's a sanctioned event, but it's not one of those. I mean, listen, for all of us who grew up in the 90s, Mike Tyson got in and got out, and he did it quickly. I don't think we're expecting that type of performance this evening at the age of 60 or almost at 60.
No, it ain't that kind of party no more, because he was very relentless when he was 20. I know my dad would watch him, and he was fighting a guy named Mitch Blood Green. And I saw Mike beat him on the decision. And here I saw him fight Bone Crusher Smith and Tony TNT Tucker, Tyrell Biggs. He bloodied Tyrell Biggs. So Tyrell Biggs started crying like a rape victim in round 7.
I got you. Super Joe, you got 3 picks for me, man? I'm really limited right here at time.
Bama going to win theirs. I think Florida. Georgia. Bama, Georgia, and LSU going to win theirs. So yeah, they're going to pick. And they
okay. Give me total yards for Mercer.
About maybe 180.
180. Super Joe, I hope you have a great weekend, man. Thank you. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide partner.
Elias, stay on. We're going to get to you coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to wrap up here at 4 o'clock. We're going to hand off to Hunter. Chris Stewart's coming up on the Tide pregame show. Him and Wyatt Fulton's going to get you ready for Alabama and Purdue right here on the game. Do you have timberland that you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Courtney White at 205-242-5127, 20 years of experience in West Alabama and East Mississippi, offering timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management programs. So if you're someone out there that owns land, when you got timber, it's like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. All right, we are almost out of time. We're going to hand off to the Tide pregame basketball. Alabama and Purdue. Alabama's the favorite, 2.5. They've got Chris Stewart's going to lead you in, and that's going to be a lot of fun coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So don't go anywhere. Tide 109 is going to get you ready for Alabama and Purdue up in West Lafayette. Yes, you're getting ready for high school football, I assume. I hope all is well, man. Welcome into the game.
I actually get a break this weekend.
Oh, okay. Good. You enjoy the weekend, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got 3 for you here.
I'm just about out of time, but throw your 3 picks in here for me.
Okay, give me South Carolina.
South Carolina, Corey Miller's Gamecocks. Everybody's jumping on South Carolina this week. All right, pick number 2.
Georgia.
Y'all don't realize how hard that is to write down by some of y'all's names. But Elias, you're a fanatic, and I'm writing down Georgia beside your name. I feel embarrassed. But all right, pick number 3. Well, it's better than writing Tennessee, though. It's better than writing Tennessee. All right, pick number 3.
Right. Give me your under for LSU Florida.
Under, and then total yards by Mercer.
283.
283. Elias, I appreciate you, man. I wish I had a couple of extra seconds here, man. I hope you have a great weekend. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
All right, we're going to hand off to the Tide pregame show coming up here in just a couple of minutes with Hunter Johnson. It's Chris Stewart coming up at 4:15 on the Tide pregame show, getting you ready for Alabama and Purdue. We want to take just a minute to thank our law enforcement officers, EMTs, firefighters, first responders, highway patrol. We thank you. We appreciate you. We also remind you that we call this program The Game. And the only way that you can win the big game, the game of life, is to walk daily with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.